First, I'd like to introduce Jill Buck with the Go Green Initiative.
Good morning, everybody. I'm so pleased to be here with you today. As Sean mentioned, my name is Jill Buck, and I've lived in Pleasanton since 1999. I'm a chamber member, and so I run a small business of my own, and so I'm excited to bring to you something today that I think could be very helpful to each and every one of you. And I'm anxious to learn and to hear from you what your businesses entail when it comes to their waste stream and how the partnerships that you're going to see today can help you. Now, my organization is called the Go Green Initiative. It started in 2002 here in Pleasanton. It's a nonprofit organization, and it's an environmental education program that helps schools do two things: conserve natural resources for future generations, and secondly, to protect kids' health from environmental pollutants. And we started in Pleasanton 15 years ago, and yada, yada, yada. We're now the largest environmental education program in the world. We operate in schools in all 50 states and in 73 countries around the world. And we're headquartered right here in Pleasanton. We do things like that in Pleasanton, right? Go big or go home. And we've just started a new program just for high school students called Local Leaders of the 21st Century. We've been piloting the program at Amador Valley High School all of 2016, and the idea is to roll it out nationwide at the end of this year. And we're helping students understand local environmental public policy, and we're trying to help them understand how local public policy shapes 4 critical systems on which our standard of living depends: our waste system, water system, energy system, and food system. Now, over the course of the past few months, the students that you're about to see, there's 5 of them, they represent a group of 50 students. They have been studying Pleasanton's waste system and the mandatory recycling ordinance that you're going to hear about today. And they've been very active, and they've worked very hard. They've taken field trips to the Pleasanton Garbage Service Transfer Station and Recycling Center. They've been to the Vasco Road landfill to see where all of Pleasanton's waste that isn't recycled or composted goes. They've had town hall meetings with Pleasanton Garbage Service, the Alameda County Waste Management Authority, and even the interim superintendent and facilities director of the Pleasanton Unified School District. Now, it wasn't enough for them to just learn about things and give presentations. In fact, they were the first ones to inform the Pleasanton Unified School District that this mandatory recycling ordinance affected them. They gave that presentation in December, and that was an aha moment, and now they're working with the school district to help implement that. But they have also gone out to some small businesses, particularly restaurants, to give them flyers, to give them information about what they've learned. And that's some of the things that they're going to be sharing with you today. They're here to help you, and if you would like to have these students come into your facility and help you implement this mandatory recycling ordinance, they stand ready to help. They are truly excited about this, and they are local leaders. They're here for 2 reasons today. They're going to give you a very short 5-minute introduction to the day and give you some information about what they've learned, particularly as it relates to the organic side of the mandatory recycling ordinance. But secondly, and maybe most importantly, they're here to watch you. They're here to learn not how a bill becomes a law, but how public policy is implemented and what it takes for adults in Pleasanton to work together, to collaborate as neighbors. When things are difficult, when public policies are not simple, and we need to work together to figure out how to do them, how we do that in a neighborly way. And so it is with great pleasure that I introduce to you your Amador Valley High School local leaders of the 21st century.
Hi, I'm Sahu,
I'm Thomas.
I'm Megan. I'm Becky.
and we are your local leaders of the 21st century. So, we would like to thank you all today for allowing us to speak and really give you guys this presentation. We're extremely excited to be here to share with all of you what we've learned these past couple of months and how we can help you as business owners become better acclimated to tackle this new ordinance. So to start out, I'm just going to give a brief background of what this ordinance entails. So for the mandatory recycling ordinance, trash and recyclables are supposed to be separated and disposed of separately. But I'm sure all of you already know that. The new part of this ordinance this year is that organics also have to be recycled and appropriately disposed of. So examples of organics include food debris, food scraps, and also food soiled paper as well.
So to comply with this new ordinance, you, the businesses, will need to obtain the proper bins. Now, they're the indoor bins and the outdoor bins, as displayed on the screen. There's very easy ways to obtain these bins for you, the businesses, especially with you trying to comply with this new ordinance, as well as there are discounts that come with it. Now, the indoor bins are specifically used to sort the waste or sort the compost from the recyclables and the landfill waste. And they're also a transfer point to the outdoor bins, which are usually being picked up by the Pleasantly Garbage Center. Now, to obtain the indoor bins, all you need to do is go on to the link right above, the stopwaste.org link, and you go on, you fill out one of their applications, you send it in. Within 1 to 2 weeks, they give you approval, and you can select up to $500 of indoor bins with no charge. And now for the outdoor bins, you need to work with our Pleasantly Garbage Center, and they will provide you with a 25% discount on their 96-gallon outdoor bins. And they're usually around $43, but with this discount, they come down to around $32. And these bins are an absolute major part of you trying to comply with this new ordinance.
Now, appropriate signage is one of the most important parts of a successful implementation. Signs should be neat, clear, and organized. They can also be color coordinated in order to differentiate the different bins. So green for compost, blue for recycling, and black for landfill. Signs should clearly denote what belongs in which bins, and labels should be readable and maybe translated into the languages that may frequent the area of business. Pictures are also a great idea since they are a universal language and provide easy to follow visual instructions. For the most optimal way, you should place a set of signs over every set of bins so that employees, customers, and contractors know how to put the right waste in the right place. For more information and signage resources, you can visit the link stopwaste.org to access their pre-made or customizable signs and stickers for your future bins.
We wanted to find a company that had already undergone this transition, and we found Oracle. Oracle may not be the most applicable to all of us here gathered today, but it does provide certain principles. One, Oracle's transition provided insight that training employees was not as arduous as a task as it might have seemed, because many of their employees were already composting and sorting organics at home, and bringing it into the workplace was not as difficult as they might have imagined it to be. However, the one part about Oracle's transition was the repetition. It was a vital part, as research suggests the person's got to see something at least 3 to 5 times a day for it to be fully absorbed. And Oracle took it a couple steps further. They sent out multiple emails as reminders, they created trifolds for everyone's desks, and they also created new display boards and labels so that the bins were clearly labeled, and so the waste could be properly sorted. Oracle also represents how adapting to more eco-friendly processes also means a happier working environment, with employees knowing that their work goes to support both company and community.
With many of you being business owners, it's understandable that the costs of implementing this new ordinance will come to the forefront of any discussion. And we want to make sure you know that you are not alone. And on that note, I'd like to reiterate what Thomas said earlier. The Alameda County Waste Management Authority is, for a limited time, providing up to $500 worth of bins to businesses in the county, along with signage and other free resources. All you need to do is fill out a short application form, wait 1 to 2 weeks for approval, and place an order from one of 3 partner vendors, which will be delivered in 2 to 4 weeks. In just less than a month and a half, you can be well on your way to comply with the mandatory ordinance, keeping $500 in your pocket. I want to wrap up this short presentation by thanking you all for coming here to listen today. This ordinance and its implementation will cause a ripple effect across the rest of the state and country. With Pleasanton being one of Wall Street Journal's top 5 places to live in America, it's only fitting that we are the ones to lead the rest of the country into a greener tomorrow. Thank you.